Once upon a time, there was a young and beautiful mother. One day, she fell ill. The only thing that could heal her was a plant called Rapunzel. However, since it was winter, the Rapunzel could only be found in the garden of an evil witch. The sick woman's husband bravely sneaked into the witch's garden to pick a leaf from the Rapunzel. Just as he was about to pick the leaf, he heard a scream. "Stop, thief!" It was the witch's voice. "How dare you steal my plant? You will pay with your life." The man begged the witch for mercy. "I took the plant for my wife. She is very ill. Please let me take it. My wife is expecting a baby." The witch laughed wickedly and said, "Then, in exchange, I will take the baby." The man had no choice but to agree to the witch's demand. He had no other option because the witch was very powerful. The sick woman recovered and gave birth to a very beautiful baby with rosy cheeks. As soon as the baby took its first breath, there was a knock on the door. The witch had come to take the baby. Laughing gleefully, she said, "I will name her Rapunzel as a reminder of our deal." Over time, Rapunzel grew up in the witch's care. The witch locked her in a tower with no door. The only way to enter or leave the tower was to climb, but the walls were as slippery as glass, and the tower was surrounded by thorny bushes. Rapunzel had long, strong, golden hair that had never been cut. Whenever the witch wanted to enter the tower, she would call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would let her hair down, and the witch would climb up to the tower. One day, a prince was riding his horse near the tower. Rapunzel was by the window, brushing her hair. The prince saw Rapunzel and immediately fell in love with her because she was so beautiful. Rapunzel, who had never seen a man before, also fell in love with the prince at first sight. She quickly let down her hair, and the prince climbed up bravely. They talked and laughed for hours. As the sun was setting, they promised each other they would meet again. Rapunzel warned the prince, "You must leave before the witch arrives, or she might kill you." The prince promised, "I will return soon, and we will escape together." When the witch returned, she sensed that someone had been there. "A man was here, wasn't he? You will never see him again," she screamed at Rapunzel. The witch cut Rapunzel's hair and locked her in a cupboard. Then she waited. Soon, she heard a whisper, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." The golden braid was lowered, and the prince began to climb. But to his surprise, it was the witch who had let down the hair. Holding a claw-like object, the witch cast a spell on the prince. "You will never see your beloved again." The prince suddenly went blind. He felt the cold hands of the witch trying to push him out of the window. "No!" he shouted, terrified of falling into the thorny bushes below. Even though he was blind, he fought back. During the struggle, the witch lost her balance. The witch staggered and fell out of the window. There was a loud scream, followed by silence. The prince said, "Yes, the witch will trouble us no more." "Rapunzel, where are you?" he called out. "I'm here," Rapunzel replied softly. The prince understood that the voice was coming from the cupboard, so he unlocked it, and Rapunzel ran into his arms. As Rapunzel wept with joy, her tears fell on the prince's eyes, and he began to see again. Blinking, he smiled. "We are free now," he whispered to Rapunzel. "If you come with me, we can live happily ever after." Rapunzel agreed, and they lived happily ever after. And in true fairy tale fashion, 3 apples fell from the sky. 1 for Rapunzel, 1 for the prince, and 1 for their baby.